Hi, boys and girls. I'm back again, this time with Knuffle Bunny Free. So this one is the third book that Mo Willems wrote about Knuffle Bunny Free. And in the first one, remember, Trixie was a baby and couldn't talk. She could only say, "Aggle, baggle, flabble." And then in the second one, she was a toddler and she was talking a lot. So now Trixie's even a little bit older in this story. I hope that you'll enjoy it. Let's take a look again. You can see I've got tabs at the top. There's vocabulary to learn. Yay. So with Knuffle Bunny Free, we're going to be working on these 4 words. I'm going to say them and have you repeat them after me. Remarked, realized, decision, relieved. So let's take a look in our story and take a look at these 4 different words. One of them you've had in both of the other books, realized. It's in all 3 of them. And we'll kind of go over the vocabulary for just a moment. Okay. The first word was remarked. And so I'm going to have you take a look at this page. They're at Oma and Opa were so happy to see Trixie. Soon Oma and Trixie were drinking cold glasses of chocolate milk in the garden. Suddenly, Trixie realized something. Realized is the first one that was in the book. So suddenly she realized something. There are her eyes again. She's realizing something. Oh, woogie, something's happening. Let's take a look at the next vocabulary word. All right, this one says, Oma gave Trixie another glass of chocolate milk and remarked on how big she was getting. So that's the word remarked. She remarked on how big she's getting. So that's when somebody makes a comment about something. Sometimes it can be a compliment and sometimes it can just be something that you noticed. So she remarked on something that she noticed. She noticed that Trixie is getting big. Okay, let's take a look at the next tab. The next tab in our story was about the word decision. It says, happy enough to make a decision. Now, a decision is kind of something that we talked about in junior achievement with choices. So a decision is when you have to make a choice between 2 different things. So a decision's, I have to use my thinking skills and make a personal choice. We make decisions all the time in kindergarten, don't we, boys and girls? All right, and then the next one is relieved. And it says on this page, and the other passengers were very relieved. Relieved is like when you're kind of concerned or worried about something and then you're no longer concerned or worried. Oh, you're relieved. You're relieved. I will be so relieved, boys and girls, when we are back to school after this quarantine period of time and our school closure. We'll all be relieved. And I'm relieved every time I get to see you guys at a Google Hangout. I'm relieved to see you. It makes me feel good. I don't worry. I'm no longer worried. I'm relieved. So these people on this airplane were relieved, and we're going to find out how or why as we read this wonderful story called Knuffle Bunny Free. Knuffle Bunny Free by Mo Willems. One day, not so long ago, Trixie took a big trip with her family. They were on their way to visit Trixie's Oma and Opa in Holland. Holland is far away. So that meant taking a taxi to the airport, waiting in line, watching Knuffle Bunny go through the big machine, waiting some more, and finally getting onto a real airplane. On the plane, Trixie played and read and slept. Before she knew it, the plane had landed. Trixie and her family left the airport and got on a train to go to Oma and Opa's house. Welcome, Trixie. Looks like they were excited to see her. Oma and Opa were so happy to see Trixie. Soon, Oma and Trixie were drinking cold glasses of chocolate milk in the garden. Suddenly, Trixie realized something. She realized something. Trixie didn't tell her daddy that Knuffle Bunny was gone. She didn't have to. Trixie's daddy called the airline and asked them to look for Knuffle Bunny on the plane, but the plane had left for China. China is very far away. Trixie's mommy hugged her and asked her to be brave. Trixie's daddy told the story of when he was a little boy and said goodbye to his special lammy. Oma gave Trixie another glass of chocolate milk and remarked on how big she was getting. Trixie understood. She was getting bigger, even if she wished she wasn't. The next morning, Trixie tried to enjoy going to the cafe and the swings in the playground and the carnival that was in town. And while the whole week was filled with fun things, like eating French fries on the street, visiting real windmills, and feeding the ducks, Trixie was still sad. She missed her Knuffle Bunny. Oma and Opa understood. Oma and Opa had a plan. That night, they had a surprise for Trixie, a brand new top-of-the-line Funny Bunny One-E Doll Extreme. It could walk, it could dance, it could speak, but it couldn't make Trixie feel any better. Trixie was sure that she wouldn't be able to sleep another night in a strange bed without her Knuffle Bunny. But before she knew it, she was dreaming. This is her dream. She dreamed of Knuffle Bunny and all the places he would visit. She dreamed of all the children Knuffle Bunny would meet. She dreamed of how Knuffle Bunny would make them feel better. I like how Mo Willems inserted a peekaboo page inside of his book. Trixie had a big breakfast. She played with Oma on the playground swings. She even tried a sip of Opa's coffee at the cafe. It was a great day. Before she knew it, the trip was over and it was time to go home. Trixie hugged Oma and Opa. Then Trixie and her family got back onto the train and back to the plane. Wee! Wee! And they listened to the crying baby as the plane lifted off. But can you believe it? Right there on that very plane, Trixie noticed something. Let me move this close so you can see what she noticed. Knuffle Bunny! Trixie was so happy to have Knuffle Bunny back in her arms. Happy enough to make a decision. Whee! Trixie turned around and said, "Would your baby like my Knuffle bunny?" "Really?" asked the baby's mother. "Really?" asked Trixie's daddy. "Really?" asked Trixie's mommy. "Blaggy flaggy?" asked the baby. "Really?" said Trixie. She was big enough. The baby was happy. The baby's mother was thankful. Trixie's parents were proud, and the other passengers were very relieved. And that is how, a few weeks later, Trixie received her very first letter. A picture of the baby and a letter saying, "Dear Trixie, how are you?" So it sounds like the baby's family checked in with her. The end. A note to Trixie. In the back of this book, "Trixie, I hope to watch you grow up, fall in love, start a family, and be happy. And I hope that one day, many years from now, you will receive a package from an old pen pal. Love, Daddy." So boys and girls, something that's really special about this book is Trixie, the character in this story, is really Mo Willems' baby girl. And he wrote these 3 books as she was growing up. Boys and girls, I hoped you liked the story Knuffle Bunny Free by Mo Willems. I hope you enjoyed the series of books that we read with Knuffle Bunny. We'll be reading more Mo Willems books again soon. I hope that you enjoyed it. And during this time of school closure, are you thinking about maybe getting rid of some of your things and donating them and organizing during this time? Might be a great idea. Have a good day, boys and girls. Bye.